guys. Today is 30th of January, 2011. I always mess those up. And this is Overgrowth Weekly number 7. And with me today is, just like last week, Markuss. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Markuss.
And he is, of course, the guy from the Wolfire forums who made a bunch of awesome models.
Community member Markuss.
Yeah, exactly. So switch that on. So today, like every other day, we're going to take a look at the weekly alpha, and we're going to take a look at Aubrey's art asset overview for this week, and a couple of other stuff. You can go to OGWeekly.com to look at this week's agenda, and follow along with us if you want to. So first, we're going to take a look at the alpha as usual. So open up that right there. And what we do in this part is we take a look at each change and perhaps do a few comments on them, tell us what we think about it. So let's just start here. So he added a color tint, XML, and in-game color picker with overbright. This is, yeah, I can just show this in the game, and Markuss, if you have any comments on that, you can tell me about it.
It's obviously a really useful feature that probably everybody will use.
Yeah, it really is. It allows you to change the color or brightness of an object to match the terrain or anything else for that matter. So it's going to be really useful to be able to use the same object on several different maps, for instance. It'll be just great.
Yeah, basically it's there to like make stuff more reusable. You could do it to your level here, your 2D thing that you got going on. You know that?
Which one do you mean?
The one to the right. Just change some of those blocks up.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a level loaded here right now. So.
Or did you want to save that to show people later?
No, that's fine. I'm going to just use the color picker. So press Control P, yes, Control P, and you get a color picker, and you can use this to. Oop, that was bugged. Oh, there we go. It was just the overbright that was bugged somehow. So you can use this to change the color of an object to better match the environment. Now, that isn't a very good example. We can use it on this rabbit to perhaps better match it to the ground somehow. Let's try that. Control P with that object selected, and we can just pull that down to like some kind of reddish color, since this is red desert. So now instead of white highlights or whatever, it's a bit orange. And there you have the overbrightness slider, changing the overbrightness. So that's that feature.
Yeah, it can be used for like a majority of things, and it saves the data for this into the level file, so you can do like, it's basically something independent of textures.
Yeah, I really like this feature because of that, because it makes it enables you to use one asset for more things than it was built for, if you know what I mean. Just like the ability to scale models, which is kind of a new thing for me when I came from Source Engine, where every model has a set scale and you can't change it in any way.
In CryEngine, you can scale models, but you can't change the proportions. So you have to scale the whole thing, like, you know, you can't make it longer in one direction than the other.
Yeah, that's not good enough. This is much better. I don't know why they have that though. Is there a reason? Do you know if there's a reason they have it like that?
I think it's just like more like you can't instance an object that has a different like scale on it. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's like to do with like optimizing the draw calls and things to the processor.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I think what Overgrowth probably does is like literally say that that's a new object once it's been scaled, which is like what you want it to do. I think that people will want to avoid scaling large selections of objects to like specific scales because of it, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But do you know the things like? Actually, maybe we should leave this and just move on so we don't stop here for too long. Do you agree?
Yep.
Yeah, let's just move on. I had some things to say there, but never mind. Let's move on. Active block is working again. Tap right click. I'm gonna tap that right click in some hardcore combat right here. So load object, characters tab, just load our good old friend Robert. There we have him, and then I press... I think I have a mod installed right now. Okay, I should have thought about that before. I'm just going to quickly... It's so good, because in this game you can quickly change stuff like that. I'm going to show you a couple of camera mods later, so look forward to that. Oh, it actually reloaded it. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Original settings. So what was... Yeah, alright. Blocking is now possible. Yeah, block. If you're quick enough, that is. Damn you, Robert. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this guy. Or get killed, whatever. So, there's that. Blocking works, so that's great.
You have to press it at the same time as the like the guy strikes, right?
Yeah, it's not, you can't like...
It's not something you can hold down.
Exactly, you need to be active about it, like in Lugaru if you've played that. So, yeah, I hope they will keep it like that, of course. I read somewhere on the forum someone suggested that you just wouldn't be able to hold the block button or something, but you don't need to hold the block button. You can't hold the block button, because if you do right now, you try to throw your opponent anyways. Anyways, let's just move on. Yeah, next point, camera controlling character script. As I said, I'm going to show you a couple of mods later, showing you that it's there. You can mod the camera, and that's a pretty huge deal, because modifying how the camera works is a pretty big thing when you're making a mod. If you want to make like a...
Yep.
Yeah, you can make like strategy mods, or side-scrolling mods, or first-person mods, or whatever.
This is kind of something that's quite difficult, like in general in mods, like lots of mods get... But I don't know, it's a technical thing. It's like if you look at the third-person mod for Crisis, it is just like this mental flow graph. That's just like, yeah, how like did you overcomplicate this thing so much?
Yeah, but and in Overgrowth it's super simple to do. You just... Someone posted on the forums how to make an FPS mod, and you literally change 2 lines of code, and it's basically an FPS mod. And I'm going to show that later, as I said. So that's very good to be able to change the camera that easily. It's gold to modders. So next in the list is a scriptable camera roll and shake. Yeah, that's basically on the same subject. Smooth camera distance interpolation. Yeah, smooth camera movement is always good. Export and import camera animation from Blender. I guess they're using this for their parallax thing.
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This parallax thing, anyways.
But yeah, for cutscenes and things like that as well.
Yeah, so they made a video. Aubrey's art video for this week shows some parallax stuff, and they tweeted about it a bit. And I'm guessing that they're using this to, yeah, export camera movement from Blender, and then they import it into the game, and they will be able to, for example, make stuff like cutscenes or whatever. So that'll be cool if they do that. I'm not sure, they haven't said they will do it, but they might. And they actually show off that in Aubrey's art asset overview for this week as well. So next one is DDS conversion tool for smoother deployment. This is what I was talking about to you about earlier. I don't actually know where it's located. I
haven't updated the alpha to like even like the last couple of weeks.
Oh man.
Like, I don't update regularly.
You don't? You're such a non-hardcore fan, dude.
Well, it's just like, like, it's just effort to copy out my folder and then like copy everything back again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Especially
annoying.
if you're like storing your files on a different drive and you actually have to do a copy in order to get the files moving.
Yeah, that's fine. Just kidding, dude.
But yeah, this is like texture compression. Like, I don't know if this will like make it so that you don't have to change the object XML files links. Does that make sense?
Yes, I
Because
think it
if you're
does, yes.
changing the extension from like .diff to .dds.
Yeah, so we should probably describe what this is about from the beginning. And DDS is a file format for textures that the game automatically converts any image you use. If you use a PNG image or a TJ image, it will automatically convert from that format to a DDS image that can't be read by normal image viewing applications. But it's more efficient for using in the game. And they had a tool for this internally that they used, and they haven't released it in before because it just wasn't ready to be released. But now they have released it, and I don't know if it's in the alpha folder or whatever it is, but it's good because, like Markuss said, can you, yeah, keep talking about that, what you said, Markuss? 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 What just happened? Markuss! I'm just going to reconnect to Mumble and see if that helps things. I'm very surprised. I do not know what's going on right now. Can you hear me, Markuss?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I think it's my Mumble is just messing up since the last update, so I'm very sorry about that, guys. You just suddenly didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I said something, and then I couldn't hear you through Mumble either. We
Oh.
just both couldn't hear each other, so I started turning the stream on, and then I heard you whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, but you heard what I wanted you to talk about, right?
I'm just reading the last thing on this list here. Removed unused actions, Blender script.
Oh yeah,
Don't know what that
I just
is.
want to talk. I just want to talk about the DDS a bit more. And having this conversion tool for the DDS allows you to convert the images to DDS before you, for example, give out your mod. So yeah, it'll just be
Yeah.
smaller mod files, and it's good like that. But it's harder because people who download the mods can't change the image files. If you want them to do that, you'll have to distribute your normal image files instead.
Yeah, DDS is basically a very high quality, very small image file format that's used in games. Like pretty much every game uses it
Mm-hmm.
because it's just that good basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, the quality, like when you open it up again and try and edit it, it won't be very good.
Yeah.
But you can do that if you really want to. You can open it in Photoshop.
Oh, how does that look? Is that, you know?
Well, you get you have to install the DDS plugin for Photoshop, but you get the option to load the maps as well. So you
Mm-hmm.
can actually load it up and then get like the full image, an image half the size, and then so on.
Yeah.
Like depending on how many maps there are stored in the file.
Oh, cool. Well, we should move on because we have already wasted 15 minutes on just the alpha stuff. So, last point on this list is removed unused actions Blender script. Yeah, it's a Blender script that probably removes unused actions in something. It's probably very useful for something, but I actually don't know what. Do you know?
I don't know what it is either.
No, but it's probably something useful. So that's the alpha. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda, and that is Aubrey's art asset overview number 4. And I should have that there. Oh yeah, there we go. So as you know, Aubrey, aka Ninjas, on the IRC, is Overgrowth's one and only art dude. So, and he has started releasing weekly art asset overviews, and this is the 4th one, so I'm just going to start this up so you guys can watch this, and I'm going to shut up. And Markuss, remember that you can't talk during this either, so enjoy, guys!
Welcome to the Overgrowth Art Asset Overview. This week I'm going to be making some monolith models for the game, and I'm going to go through step by step and show you exactly what it takes to get a model into the game. The first step is to make a base mesh, which has to be using quads, no triangles. And this is used here in the sculpting app Mudbox. This is where I add all of the detail, and when people call art next gen, what they're really talking about is using normal maps generated from high-resolution models like this. So that's obviously an important part of how everything looks in our game. I wanted this to kind of look like concrete, so I'm chipping it up a little bit with the scrape tool. And here adding a little bit of surface texture. Then I move on to making the actual model that will be used in the game. There are probably much better ways to make the model correspond to the high poly mesh here, but I've only started looking at tools to make this step easier recently. You want to make sure that it fits nice and tight over the high-resolution mesh. Here's the UV unwrap. This defines how the texture will fit on the model. Here I'm painting over the normal map, just using that for reference to make the weight map. This is a detail map object, so we use a map to define how the detail maps are applied. And here it is in Engine. I made a few pieces this week. This one I liked okay, but it was not really exactly like the one in the concept art, so I made another one that was more curved. I also wanted to work on some rocks this week, so I decided it was a good idea to have a concept for those. And here is the rock in the game, and some tint variations using David's new tinting tools. Finally, here's all of this stuff together in a scene. I'm not totally happy with the detail level on these rocks. I might make them a little bit more detailed. Last week I converted some 2D concept art into a 3D scene. People seemed to like that, so I decided to do another one this week. In addition to that, I've been working with David, so you might see something like that in the game eventually. Thanks for watching this week's Overgrowth Art Asset Overview. If you'd like to pre-order, you can get the game at wolfire.com/preorder.
So there is Aubrey's Art Asset Overview number 4. And as you saw towards the end there, you saw the camera like moving in on a parallax image and stuff. So that's the parallax stuff they're talking about with the exporting camera animations and that kind of stuff. So what do you think, Markuss?
Yeah, that was cool. I thought the monoliths could have been better, to be honest. I liked the ones in the drawing more, you know, the ones at the end. They actually looked like the white ones, you know.
Yeah, but I kind of liked these because I liked that it looked kind of like ribs. They looked more organic, if you know what I mean.
I think that's what I don't like about them. I think, like, what looks good about the ones in the drawing at the end looks like they were constructed by someone.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess it's just different from person to person, I suppose.
Yeah. But yeah, the parallax thing was well cool, I thought.
What did you say?
The parallax thing. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, of course.
That would be good to do in like stuff like that in the actual game. If it was integrated well.
Yeah, I hope they will do that because it's a very easy way for modders to make their own cutscenes as well. So that's very cool.
Alright, do you want to move on or?
Yeah, let's move on. So again, Aubrey's Art Asset Overview, pretty awesome. I hope he keeps making them because they're like, I almost look forward to them more than the actual alphas, or maybe equal. I'm not sure. They're very good anyways. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, and that is the Community Watch segment. And first on that list is fan art update, and I have just been waiting for people to continue posting more fan art in the fan art thread on Wolfire, the Wolfire forums. There's basically, a whole thread, and it's 41 pages long right now, where people have a bunch of fan art. It's super awesome stuff. And I have decided that I'm going to follow this thread on Overgrowth Weekly and show you what people are doing. What new stuff is added to it. So actually, let's scroll down here and take a look at the pictures because it's pretty awesome stuff. I thought there was someone in between. Anyways, so here's the first picture. It's not necessarily Overgrowth related, I suppose, but it's looking super sweet anyways. Let's open it in a new tab. So I hope you will appreciate this segment. I guess I could call it that.
Some of these are good, some of these are terrible.
Yeah, of course there are some very unserious
this one,
ones as well.
however, is one of the good ones.
Yeah, and here's a picture of Turner, and let's see what he wrote about that. So I'm just going to quote it right away because, I'm lazy like that, I suppose. So I have seen plenty of a really great art here on forums, and at least I managed to show something to us. Okay, this is not super good English, but anyways, I hope you're fine with that, as well as to do something somehow Wolfire related. So these are 2 paintings he's done in the last 2 days. And he spent 3-4 hours on this first one, and he made a second one as well further down that he spent 2 to 3 hours on. Yeah. So let's look at this one. So this is Turner here, right here. And I love the detail on this one. As you can see, it's really, really high res. And I can recommend you guys go and check this thread out because it's like 40 pages long. So yeah, it's a lot of art. So some pretty cool stuff there. And then we have his little signature right there, Alfred Camidulin. Yeah, so what do you think about this thing? You're a bit more art-oriented.
Me, I don't want to like criticize people's art on this show. That's like, I don't like, you know.
Yeah,
I'm an
but
artist myself. I'm opening myself up to fucking criticism.
yeah, whatever. Do you like
But
it? Do you
like
think
the
it's
top
nice?
half of that body, like his body, is rather human for my liking.
Yeah, he's rather human, but it's anthropomorphic or
Yeah.
whatever it's called. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
So let's look at the second piece he made, and this is also very nice. It's supposed to be a rat city, and he wrote a very nice little text for this one that I'm going to read.
Oh, that one is like very nice. I thought
Yeah,
that is like the inspiration for levels right there. To be honest.
yeah, it's quite inspirational, but I personally would have liked it more if it was a bit brighter down there, because I want to see more stuff. It feels like there's not a whole lot to watch, if you know what I mean. I want a bit more to look at.
Yeah, but sometimes by simplifying the image, you can like communicate the idea more effectively.
Yeah, it has a very fine atmosphere and feeling.
Often, by overcomplicating the art in games, people dilute the overall image of the game, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Simplicity isn't always like worse, or complexity isn't always better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably know more about that than I do, actually. And
Well, like, remember those videos I showed you yesterday? Like, the color in that just simplifies the whole image, doesn't it?
yeah, that's true. That's true. But now we shouldn't talk about stuff that the watchers haven't
People
seen,
can't
though.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on. I think there was some more down here, wasn't there? Oh yeah, someone made some music there as well. We can perhaps play that towards the end of the show, actually. We'll have that after the show. I will play that music for you, because I don't want it to interfere with our speaking. So let's go back to the agenda and take a look at this. Okay, 2 camera mods. Let's take a look at these 2 awesome camera mods. Yeah!
They sound like they were really easy to make, and they're both really like useful for different game types.
Yeah, so as I said before, there's a first-person mod, and we'll also take a look at a side-scrolling mod. And as I said also, and as Markuss has said, the thing about this is that it's very easy to make. It's so easy to do this stuff. So first we'll go and take a look at the FPS mod, and this is made by Zalo on the forums. Oh, I need to copy that in there, and then I save, and then it's updated. And that guy just lives. So, here's the first person mod. As you can see, the game is suddenly in first person. Yay! And of course it's not perfect, as you can see also, but it's a very good first step.
Yeah, but you'll fucking like put a custom character model in there to make sure it doesn't like do all that.
Yeah, and you know, custom animations and all stuff, so he doesn't have his hands in this face. So this has very much potential right now, and you can also edit the code much more. So, for example, if I jump and do a flip, the camera doesn't follow, you can add that, and when you ragdoll, it doesn't move with the camera doesn't turn in the same direction as his head. But I'm not sure if that can be added at the moment, but I actually think it's possible, because he has parented actually the camera to his head. As you can see, it moves up and down with the head.
Okay, have you got full like rotation on that, or is it restricted?
No, I can look in whatever direction I want, but I'm pretty sure there is support to. They have enough code support to make it so that you can't look in any direction. And can control the camera.
So that. Can you make the camera turn upside down by doing that?
Nope, actually not, because when they added these new scripting functions for the camera, they also made it so that you can't look upside down, because you used to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm just going to try some combat with this, because it's pretty intense compared to normal combat. Just much more in your face. And some slow motion, of course. Kablooey! Totally owned that guy. So owned. So let's take a look at the next mod. Yeah, so this first person mod is made by Zalo, as I said before. And I'm going to load up that script file. Copy that stuff. Paste that stuff, save it, and there we go. So here's the side-scrolling mod, and this is actually made by me. So if I can make this, anyone can. I don't know a whole lot about coding. And it really makes the platforming aspect of the game easier, in my opinion. Especially wall jumping and that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's about it. Let's try some combat here as well.
It's like, yeah, I'm thinking of like videos I've seen of Unreal with like a camera mod that's like Mario or something. And yeah, I can imagine like that took a lot longer to make than this did.
Yeah, probably. I made this in like, I just sat down and I'm like, they released the support for changing in the code and stuff. So I sat down and took like, I don't know anything about coding, so I changed like a lot of, yeah, rows like randomly to check what they did, and then I found this row that made it so I couldn't rotate the camera, and then just by chance the camera actually started by looking in one direction, so no matter where you're looking, when you're in editor mode, it'll always look in the same direction. So I'm like, okay, this is a side-scrolling mod, awesome, and it took like 20 minutes or something. So if you know what you're doing, this will be so awesome for modders.
Yep. 2 new game modes right there.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. I actually was thinking about how cool it would be. Actually, I don't know anything about coding, as I said, but it would be very cool if they made it so that if someone made a strategy mod for this, that would be so awesome, where you could like control rabbits and stuff.
Yeah, well, I suppose all it is like what you've done, but the camera should be like defaulted to a looking down,
Yeah,
like angle.
I can actually do that because I have slanted the angle slightly downwards, so if you're standing on a flat surface, you still have a bit of depth to move in that you can see.
Yeah, the hard thing is the like actual like the commanding of units, like programming that.
Yeah, but I think it should be much easier than other mods. If they just expose the AI to the scripting language, it should be good, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit like above my head that.
Yeah, same here. I'm basically, I don't know a whole lot about coding, as I said, so I'm just basically talking about stuff I don't know anything about. So you should take what I say with a grain of salt. But we should move on. That's it for Community Watch this week. So if you have any fan art for Overgrowth and haven't posted it in the fan art thread, you should totally do that, because I will show it in the next week's Overgrowth Weekly. And next up here on the agenda is tweets and news. And first here is a tweet about half-done character physics. And oh, actually this isn't a tweet, this is a blog post by Wolfire. And we're just going to take a look at this video here. It's a video made by David showing some stages. I mean, let's just read this out loud. So now I'm David. I usually add new features in stages. I usually add new features in stages, and as you might expect, half-done features can look very strange. Whenever I get anything especially weird looking, I record it for posterity, whatever that means. I'm not good at English, that's fine though. From that collection, I put together a short video showing the intermediate stages of the character physics in Overgrowth. So let's take a look at this video right here. And we will be...
I like the music he uses on this.
Yeah, and we will be here to comment because there is no one talking in this video.
We shouldn't. we should like just shut up and like go weird on everybody.
Okay, let's do that instead. Oh, they look so stupid.
This makes me think of something and I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to think.
I think he has a broken leg or something like that. And this one looks kind of like floating units or something from some game.
But yeah, people were posting comments saying like there should be a bit in the game where you get drugged, and like this is what they use for that bit.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. Oh, and there's the liquefying rabbit. I just love that video.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
I really, yeah, he said that let's see, let's read here. Yeah, I hope you found that to be as weirdly entertaining as I did. I'm talking as David right now. I still have quite a bit of footage from the development of other features and could put together some more videos if you enjoyed this one. And David, I enjoyed it a lot, so I think you should do that, because I really like how he just records stuff that is weird.
Yeah. Well, the like the melting one, that was like the one that I thought was especially good for later use.
Yeah, it's super sweet. That's something more developers should do. Just when you get something weird when you're developing it or like coding it or whatever, you should just take screenshots or record it for lols.
Well, it's like Tribes, you know that game.
Mm-hmm.
They like found that like pressing crouch and jump at the same time would make you slide along the terrain, and the developers actually took that and made it into a full feature of the game.
So that wasn't
So, like,
meant to be in there from the beginning?
No, it was a bug.
Oh.
But they were like, wow, this was actually quite fun. It's like having some kind of invisible skateboard that goes in any direction underneath you.
Yeah, I thought that was, I mean, that's pretty much a core aspect of
No,
Tribes,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
like pretty much it. That's what makes the game unique, and it's a bug.
Yeah.
Or was like done the like it was caused by the way they programmed the game originally.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, they should totally add like, I mean, the melting one at the end. They should add something like a acid weapon or something, and then when you get hit by that, you become that. Just melt.
Or like, I don't know. I think they could like make it so that people like turn into gas, like, and like that could be or become smoke somehow. I don't know. I just think that would look really good.
Yeah, that
If you
would
could do that.
that would probably be very good, but it needs to be a bug. That's the whole point, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, bugs inspire you, don't they?
Yeah, whatever.
That's what everything like. If you think about it, everything's kind of like everything that people have done is probably like come about by accident.
Yeah, that's true. A
You
little
know.
bit.
Otherwise, we'd still be animals. Like even like if you break it down to just evolution, it's always just a mutation that brings about change.
I think that's a bit too deep, though.
Yeah, I'll take it back a bit.
Yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next little piece here, and that is actually the parallax painting fly-through that I showed in Art Estate Overview number 4, and I'm not sure why this is here. Yeah, this is actually an older one. I'm not sure why I have this in the list. So let's take a look at the next tweet. Voice acting in OG. And this tweet is about, let me just read it. Looking into online voice acting sites, need to get a realistic idea of the quality and price we can expect before deciding on a voice or not. So, voice acting in Overgrowth, Markuss, yes or no, and why?
Yes, because no voice acting is like rubbish, and I don't think they need to like go to like any kind of agency or anything like that. They can just hire the people, like, and get them to do it. That's what we do on OpenAircast, and the voice acting is pretty decent. I've played loads of retail games with worse voice acting, and the voice acting we're getting done on OpenAircast.
Yeah, but they're rabbits though, and in Luger he didn't have any voice acting. It was just like chirping or whatever, like when you talked, and then there was text. So I don't know. Do you think it would really work? I mean, I would think it would feel very weird to see Turner talk, and how would his voice sound?
I don't actually know. I haven't played Lugaroo or like know these characters, but like yeah, you gotta do voice acting.
Yeah. So you're basically a virgin to Lugaroo, I suppose, or whatever. And so you're coming from the outside. You haven't played any game prior to Overgrowth, but when you see Overgrowth, you're thinking that voice acting would work in this game.
Well, I don't know what the tone of it is like, but it's like it seems like they're going for a proper story,
Yeah, I don't know.
like you know, with characters and things.
I mean, if it can be done well, I suppose it could be good, but it just feels like when I think about voice acting, I think about like cutscenes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
well,
I'm laughing just thinking about it because often it's very bad and just feels weird to me.
I could. Well, I could like find something to show you how you do it, and it would be good. But it's like I don't know. I'd have to like link to videos and things, so don't worry about that now.
Yeah. Well, it would be cool if Wolfire perhaps made a test or something if they decide to go with voice acting or something. I just want to see it in a video. I just want to
I
see it
also,
and see if it
you
works.
know, like fucking Splinter, yeah. No, not Splinter. Yeah, Master Splinter from the Turtles.
Yeah.
He's a rat. He talks.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem that absurd.
but
It
that's
is absurd, but it's like when you're watching the movie, you don't care.
yeah, that's true. I suppose maybe it's just because I have played Lugaroo and Turner just says "Brrr" in that game, so
Maybe.
it would be weird to hear him say like, "I need to avenge my family." Or whatever.
It's gonna take writing basically. You're gonna have to write them lines that don't sound stupid coming out of like
A
I don't
rabbit's
know.
mouth.
Yeah, it's like you just gotta like get it right and it'll be good. You probably thinking of like the worst possible like result. Like it's just like yeah, it's all about implementation and how you do it rather than like if it's a good decision or not, you know?
Yeah, that's probably true. So anyways, I think it would be interesting if they did have voice acting, to be honest, because I have no idea how they would pull it off, but I'm sure they would pull it off because they're freaking Wolfire. So anyways, voice acting, what do you guys in the chat think? Do you think voice acting is a good idea? Do you think it would work for Overgrowth? Let me know in the chat and I'll take a look at that in a little moment. And while we're waiting for that, actually, because that was the last piece on the agenda, I just want to mention a few things that I didn't put on the agenda because I didn't know if people would care about them. And there are a couple of tweets. I just want to inform you guys in case you're not following them on Twitter. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah. They may have fixed occasional ragdoll slowdown to many memory allocations and deallocations going on. I hope that fixes my ragdolls because every time a ragdoll hits the ground for me, the game freezes for like 0.3 seconds or something. Modifier. Oh yeah, here we go. So they have added tags and stuff so that you can modify how different characters, you can modify the foley for different characters, so how it sounds when different characters moves and so on. And also they've done the same for clothes and different characters. So if a character can have a different set, and if he's having different clothes, I suppose, like different armor, they can have different sounds as well. So they're moving forward in the sound front as usual, and I'm a big fan of their sounds because currently. They're super awesome, and they can get better. So that's cool. So do you have anything you want to say before we close this down?
No, I'm good. Yeah, that's it, really. You said everything.
Awesome. So I'm just going to take a look at the chat here. Yeah, it seems like... what do you need?
When I
some
mentioned, like, they don't need to go to a voice acting agency, they should, like, just do it with their, like, they should hire their own people and, like, just interview them and see how they sound and do it themselves. Lots of people said, like, shit like, oh, I could do some voice acting. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, and I actually think they would get pretty great people considering they're pretty known as well.
You've seen, like, the voice actors that we got on Open Outcast. They're all just, like, people who, like, are fans of the original.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I don't think it's, like... Voice acting, I don't think, is something that is... or should be a specific stretch. Like, it's not, like... It shouldn't cost a lot to do.
Mm. But as someone said in the chat, Dirver, he says that voice acting could work, but it would also be great without. Might they need some people like those acting for 3D movies? I don't know what that last one is about, but anyways, he says it could work, but it could also be great without. And I actually think that, as it says, it could work, but if it doesn't work, it might be crap. So, in my opinion, they might as well just go with, you know, having no voice acting and making sure that no one is, you know, bothered by it, if you know what I mean.
I never even considered the possibility.
Of not having voice acting?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't think there should be a game released today without voice acting. Even if it's like, how about just narration, you know? Like if you had like somebody reading you a story of what happened in the world of Overgrowth about the rabbits and the rats and the dogs. Would that work better?
Do you mean, what, can you say that again?
Like if it was a narrator talking about the events that happened in the world of Overgrowth.
Yeah, that might work better, in my opinion. It might. But yeah, as I said, it would be cool to see them pull it off, because if they do it, they will pull it off. Because I have complete faith in Wolfire.
I just think, yeah, it's just like implementation, how they go about doing it, and I think they could either do it really well. I think they should watch certain movies that feature tough talking, like groups of, I'd have to recommend specific movies, but I'm not going to do that now, because like people don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But we better wrap this up now, because we have talked a bit too much. We're over the time. That makes totally sense. So before I go, I as usual want to tell you about where you can find out more about Overgrowth Weekly, and that is at youtube.com/OGWeekly, and there's a Twitter as well that you can follow to hear about when I do the streams and whatever else might happen with Overgrowth Weekly, and that is twitter.com/OGWeekly. And then there is a YouTube channel as well, where all these all the previous shows will be uploaded, and that is youtube. Oh, I already said that. Awesome. So, yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, there's a Steam group as well. If you're using Steam and want to get notified through Steam, go to steamcommunity.com/sftut. So steamcommunity.com/groups/sftut. So thanks guys for watching. Next week, same place, same time, Overgrowth Weekly number 8. It's going to be awesome. So thanks a whole lot for watching, and have an amazing evening/day.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.